Yeah, and we grow exponentially as human beings when we are in that inquiry.
Absolutely.
Speaking of inquiries,
Yes?
I think maybe let's go over to our letters from the universe and see what people are asking us.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
So let's take the journey in the question. Do we have a question, universe?
So, too cute to toot at hotmail.com asks, so how did you guys hook up for this wonderful and fabulous show?
I'll answer that.
Fine, go right ahead.
A few shows ago, actually when we were doing the interview, we had an astrologer on, Tima Vlasto, and I was actually a client of Tina's, and so was John. And I was spending an afternoon with her, and she said, you know, you remind me of another one of my clients. Oh, let me put my chart on top of your chart on top of his. Oh, look at all the synchronicity. You two really need to meet. Oh, he's doing a lecture tomorrow on this subject called From Fear to Love. And I said, wow, that really resonates with me. I would love to go to that lecture. I went. I met John, but John was in the zone. He had just been standing in the vortex of, I don't know, what were there, 60 people at the yoga center coming to hear the lecture. And I think Tima got that, called John that night and said, there's this woman, Robin Paris, you met her the night before, but I know you don't remember her. You really need to get present to her. You need to give her a call. You did. We talked for a few hours. We decided to have dinner, and that was the beginning of
From fear
to love. Yeah.
One major choice and a bunch of little baby steps. And I just want you to know, this is not a romantic encounter. This is a professional encounter, a friendship. So that's amazing.
Do we have another question? Oh, letters from the universe. Who else are we going to hear from? Thank you for that question. That was nice.
Okay, skillsforbills at AOL.com asks, the media has become such a part of our lives. How can we cope with what is going on with the world when we can barely figure out where we fit?
Well, this is very simple. We don't have to figure out where we fit. We just have to fit where we feel comfortable. And we don't have to live up to anyone else's expectations or fit into anyone else's schema. We have to ask the question, who do we want to be? What do we want to be? How do we want to feel? Should I wear jeans inside my boots? Or should I wear them outside my boots? It's not really important what your neighbor's doing, or the people at the local club are doing, or the school is doing. It's what makes you feel good. And respectful to others, but good. Now, as far as what's going on in the world, it's not really important. There was a time when I used to read 3 or 4 newspapers a day. In the last 8 or 10 years, I read none. I still get all the news. I don't watch TV. I still get all the news. The news is not important. Live your life in a loving, caring, kind manner. Do the best you can at everything you do, from the time you get up in the morning till the time you go to bed at night. Be true to yourself. Drop your story and open your heart and live that type of life. And if you do, you'll affect more people than any newspaper in a positive manner. And to just ignore everything else that's going on. If you can change it, if you can affect it, sure, get involved. And if you can't, let it go. Don't ruminate over things that you cannot adjust or change.
Thank you. That's a great question. Do we have another question? This is cool.
Marvel Fan 2099 at yahoo.com asks, all right, yeah. If y'all had a superpower, what would it be?
You or me?
Go ahead, you take it.
I love this one. We all have a superpower. We're all extremely powerful. Now first, let me describe power. Power is not force. Force is what dictators use. Force never maintains itself. Dictators all fall. Power is love. Power is the ability to influence others by the way you live your life. That's power. So you don't force anyone to do anything. They marvel at the way you glide through life without being rattled at breakneck speed in a very hectic environment. Now, that's power. So I would say that get to know yourself, get in touch with yourself, get to love yourself. And the best test for love, to know if you really love yourself and appreciate yourself, is to be able to look in the mirror every morning when you get up, no makeup if you're a woman, hair tossed all around, barely able to see. Look in that mirror eye to eye with yourself and say 10 times, very slowly and deliberately, I love myself for all the positive attributes I have and all the flaws that I'm trying to correct. I'm not perfect, and that's okay. And I feel comfortable with that. And if you live that type of life, you will definitely evolve, your flaws will improve, and your power will increase manyfold. And you'll affect many people.
So that was great.
Any more questions, universe?
Okay. FrustratedBunny3@gmail.
Well, I think I know that person.
asks, why do people allow small fears to build up so much that they cripple a person's ability to function? Why?
Well, I think because fear lives in our head, and we don't necessarily identify it as fear. A lot of times things happen and where we think it's the truth. It's the voice of fear that says, trust me, don't listen to your heart. That's betrayed you in the past, listen to me. And we accept things that because we think that we can't change them. And we allow fear to take over because fear is taught. We come into the world. Children come in perfect love. Fear is taught to us by our parents, by our peers, and it feels like that's a normal way of being. And so we first, there's being loving with a child and instilling fear, like stop running, don't jump too high, you might break your ankle, or don't cross the street, you really look, well, that's actually good advice, look both ways and wait till, the light is red and then you can cross. But we take fear as a tool of how we function in our life, and we move forward with it, and then we actually grow up to be really fearful adults. And we wonder, how did that come to be?
What I'd like to add to all that, which I agree with wholeheartedly, is we allow, that was the key word, we allow these things to happen. What the definition of allow is, we give up our power. Mm-hmm. Don't give up your power to anyone. Share your power. Share your love. Don't give it away. If you give it away, it's gone. If you share it, it never goes. So you don't allow all these little things to affect you. And that way, you don't give up your power.
Right, really to be the divinity of, we are spiritual beings, we are divine. And where there is an absence of love, fear will always be there. So when you feel fearful, take a breath and surrender to the love that's around you, inside of you, and fear, the pull of fear will not nearly be so strong.
I agree.
We have another question.
Our last question of the day comes from Alistair at AOL.com. So I've been trying to make that vision board, this thing that you were talking about, and I just wanted to know if I could or should make it notebook size, or if I can make it bigger, because my mirror is getting pretty full.
A vision board can be as large as your vision. It can take up a whole wall, or it can be one piece of paper that you stick on your mirror. The size really is not important, and you can grow a vision board slowly. It doesn't have to be done in one day. As things come to you, you can tape up affirmations or pictures that inspire you, create your possible future of what you want your life to look like, and as time goes by, that can change. So your vision board, as you grow or your vision changes, can change along with you.
You know, it's not so important how big it is, how small it is, whether it's on plexiglass or on a billboard. It could be invisible, it could just be in our mind and heart. And that, it's just a technique in order for you to get to your goal.
Really, and it's also teaching the brain what the heart already knows, because visualizing it and seeing it helps to translate into action,
right,
into the doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I guess in wrapping this all up, the journey is in the question, not the answer. And as you can see, almost everything we talked about tonight is turning inward, trying to find out what we truly want, what we truly want to be, but not to sit back and say, you know, if only I were younger, if only I were older, if only I were richer, if only I were poorer, if only, if only, if only. They're all excuses. The bottom line is, do what you got to do. Walk the walk, talk the talk, and do the do. And you will get what you want.
Yeah, the journey is not so much in the result, but it is the journey itself, and that is a series of questions. Why am I here? What do I want? What makes my heart sing? What speaks to me? How can I be a better person? What do I need to do to be happy? Keep asking those questions, and your life will grow, your experience will grow exponentially from that, and what will unfold is a magical garden.
Absolutely. So anyway, thank you very much for joining us tonight in this episode From Fear to Love.
And keep the questions coming. That was fun. That was interesting.
Absolutely.
And you can write to us once again at BuddhaBaby7
at gmail.com.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you.
Namaste.